offense heading back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Brady. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Newton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
180. Max 50, Max 50. What we got? What we got? What we got? 8.
Out of the gun, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on 1st down, Brady, he's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. A gain there of 21 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Newton to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Darius Slay with a pick.
No, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Rex Burkhead. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he connects with Ertz. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
No, 66.
First down at the 38-yard line.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, yo. Hey, man, boot. Watch the boot. Go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Come off the ball.
Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Brady. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Newton now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They snap it to Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. That throw by Brady, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Set the tone, defense. Hey, nice 7. Alert.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his running back, Burkhead. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Hey, 66.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed him, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First carry for James Conner. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Conner. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Newton. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 50 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. He's going to let this go. Back of the... And it's caught. Touchdown. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Prater on to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 29-yard.
Wait, what is? You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Go Bandit.
Stop your running.
Hey, 166.
On first down, Brady. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Let's get off the field.
They'll try to run it in. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Flush to his right, and his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Flushed out right. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Returning, it's Benjamin. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. This is Cohen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 25 on second down, Newton, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Some people call it a shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass. All you're trying to do is open up the middle of the field, flip the ball forward. In this case, they didn't gain any yardage.
And Adams has it complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
His guys pick over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Wait, set. Ready?
Skip this.
Hey, wahoo!
Brady now on 1st down. Left side complete to Lockett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is...
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 35-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Trying to get 1 more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check Mike 33. 3 butt. Mike check 33. Yo. 20. Check Mike 33.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And Dwayne Allen on the ground. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here's Newton. And Allen's got it. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready. Right to the 3.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Out of the gun, Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Brady now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So how about that play? We had a tie ball game. Defense comes up huge. That's the definition of a big play for this defensive unit.
Not something that you see that happens often to a guy like, let's say, Jamal Charles. Remember 2015? Fumbled it in a key situation.
Roby, right?
Yes, exactly right. Bradley Roby picked it up and altered the ball game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Hey, set. 53. Check. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Alpha. 50. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. Hey, Alabama.
Brady now on 1st down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit.
Well, they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tariq